History as two trans women elected to Brazil National Congress. Brazil sent two trans politicians to its national parliament during its election on Sunday, a first for the South American country. On October 2nd, Brazilians headed to the polls to vote for their country's president, though this election didn't end with a definitive winner. Rather, the top two candidates, Jair Bolsonaro, the current and notably LGBTQ plus president, and leftist challenger Luiz Inacio Lula da Silva have advanced to the next round, which will take place on October 30th. While that contest is still to be decided, voters in several parts of the country did decisively send two transgender women to Congress. Erica Hilton, a Black trans woman, won her election after campaigning to fight for education, housing, social housing, and LGBTQ plus rights in the country. Joining Hilton in celebrating an election victory is Councilwoman Duda Salabert, a member of the Democratic Labor Party, who was elected to represent the state of Minas Gerais. As per the newspaper Brasil de Fato, Brazil has the highest number of reported anti-trans killings of any country in the world, a trend that has held stable for many years. According to the Washington Blade, Hilton and Salabert are two of the 324 out LGBTQ plus candidates who ran during this election cycle in Brazil.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
What do you think? I thought this was a typo. Okay, understand. When I'm thinking about Bolsonaro, and I'm thinking about like, wait a minute, what? They really elected two trans folks?
I've been to Brazil many times. Magnificent country.
Yeah.
I'll put it delicately.
The boys are beautiful. Say that. The girls are hot too.
You know, I have been known to have this penchant for Brazilian
boys
men and Cuban men.
Boys.
And Brazil gives Cuba
a run for its money? Really?
Money. I'm just telling you. Unfortunately, Brazil is the most homophobic country in the Western Hemisphere. And it's not that it's not the Latino culture. It's not Catholicism that has caused it. What has caused it is radical right politicians. Bolsonaro is
a friend of Trump's.
Exactly. It is a very hard political right teaching and white supremacist kind of mentality that's caused it. This is very exciting news. His defeat, if he is defeated, will be international news. If he is defeated, we'll see what happens.
Well, he lost the first round of voting by about 5 points.
That's right.
And
it's a runoff.
It's going to a runoff. So he would need to get like 2/3 of the remaining 9% that went to other candidates to win. Unfortunately, Brazil is way ahead of America in as far as like tilting their elections and having their presidents be able to go in and snatch ballot boxes out of particular places. So hopefully there will be UN or international monitors for this election because Bolsonaro was already turning the screws on the local precincts. So it's going to be interesting to watch. It wouldn't surprise me if there's serious political violence after this comes out.
Not surprising, but what I'm loving is the people stood up, right?
Yeah.
So when you were talking about the right-wing politicians, and oftentimes this is what happens, right? It's not the people that are having a problem. The people are getting along fine.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's the political powers that make a country even have a slant of even having this type of an issue. And the people said, you know what? We're not only going to send LGBT, we're going to send two trans people.
Look, and these women are getting death threats every day. Paul.
Right,
Okay, they also have to go to the polling places, places with bulletproof vests on. Okay, and they're still doing it.
You know,
and they're still doing it. It's amazing.
One final thought about what's going on in Brazil of this dramatic contrast between the radical right of people like Bolsonaro. Is you contrast that to LGBTQ community. We remind, I have not been to it, but I want to very, very much.
Sao Paulo Pride.
Is Sao Paulo Pride. And Sao Paulo Pride is the largest pride event in the world. This year for Sao Paulo Pride, 2 million people.
No way. And only 3 people had clothes on. Only 3 people had clothes on of all those people.
Wait, let's come back to the Brazilian men observation. We get it. We're watching this very, very closely.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+ community.